Fasten your seatbelt because we are diving into the leaked new timeline of Virgin Galactic. So with my spacesuit on, let's roll. Absolutely love this intro, all right? So those are the topics that we talking about today on this Virgin Galactic Friday. I hope you have the best Friday that you ever had, because we are starting to get excited with Virgin Galactic Stock, so close to the next progress. Virgin Orbit just gave us this absolutely great PR and, more exposure to the overall thing. So let's talk about what is happening. So we will talk about the stock, the performance of the last 7 days, which was absolutely great. Then we will talk about the stock chart, if we can see any trends, right? Then what I'm super excited about, I will tell you by leaked information in an interview of Richard Branson how the next couple of weeks will look like and when we can expect the test flights and so on. And finally, I want to talk about call options, because call options can, exponentially grow your portfolio, but it's also very dangerous. So I will educate you a little bit about that, and also will let you know what I'm thinking, what I want to buy. And I'm quite happy what we could achieve in terms of returns since last 7 days, okay? Because this was our last Virgin Galactic Friday, and if you want to watch every Virgin Galactic Friday, then make sure to subscribe and like this video, right? So let's have a look. So in the last week alone, we could gain 21%. This was obviously possible since the last, huge gain of about just 26%. And, I feel that this shows you how much potential the stock has, and that's why we will talk about call options later on into this video to accelerate a little bit of this gain, right? So I will definitely let you know what I am about to do with my space position, plus on top of that with the call options, and what is the idea and thought about it. But if you really want to know when I'm buying and what I'm buying, then make sure to join my Discord. And there's one perfect way to do that. If you just go on x10masterclass.com, this is my personal online course. You will support the channel with it. You will get all my knowledge about stocks and the 10x philosophy, and also lifetime access to my Discord, plus a 107-point Excel file where you can put all the things I'm asking for, and then see how much of a conviction you can put on this stock that you found by yourself, or share with me, or we can talk about that obviously once you enrolled in this course. So as you can see, $7.5 billion market cap is a joke for this company once we are starting the operations, okay? And we will talk about the timeline of the overall operation because it was leaked by Richard Branson himself. So I'm super excited to the next topics. But first, let's dive into the stock chart to see if there is anything that you should know about the technicals of Virgin Galactic Stock. So then let's dive into the chart of our favorite space company. We are currently balancing around 30s, and I told you guys I'm pretty much convinced that with the good news coming up, we don't see prices anymore below 25. I think these times are over, guys, all right? So make sure to understand that, companies evolve, shareholders gets interest, stock like this gets attention, and then more and more demand are coming, more and more long-term investors, and that's why I'm thinking that we will see less than $25 if there's obviously not a huge general market slowdown. I don't see that we will see below 25 again. Okay, so these times are gone, and I'm super happy if you got some shares below that. I think my average price is somewhere in the $18 or $19 because I'm averaging every now and then more and more dollars into this position. But let's dive into what's currently happening. So we are currently fighting to cross the 32 mark, and then we have the opportunity. Once we cross that, I think that the next could be 33.83 or even 35 to conquer. Here you can see also you have two more, beside this resistance here at 25 and some cents, you have also the 50 moving average that is supporting this resistance and the center of the Bollinger Bands. However, though, make sure to understand that here we are trading at the top of the Bollinger Band here, and here you can see that usually it can also easily draw back. So once we going below resistance, then you see here a big drop. Technically here there's no resistance, so we could go a little bit back into that and then try again in just a couple of days, maybe with the news of the test flight, to get some news. Let me draw it, so let's see if we could be accurate here. So I'm thinking something like this could happen, something like a sideways testing of the and then something like that could actually happen. Obviously some news need to be what was the reason for this chart. Let's see. I think that it stays exciting from an RSI level. Also here, it's not really overbought, not undersold or oversold. So I think that this is also a nice setup here to move even higher with the stock. So let me know in the comments what you think and what you are looking technically, if you're looking at all technically into the Virgin Galactic stock. So when shareholders, directors, associates with those companies that you are invest in gives interviews, then listen, guys, okay? Make sure to listen to those interviews by Shamas, those podcasts by Shamas, those interviews by Richard Branson, and obviously the recent Virgin Orbit successful flight was obviously a big news for many outlets, and that's why you saw Richard Branson on Sky News, you saw him on CNBC, and when you listen carefully, you can get those, I would say, leaked, okay? There's no clickbait here, it's really leaked, and I want to put a timeline for you together so you know when we are really going into the sky with Richard Branson with the next two test flights, okay? So just to recap one more time, we have a test flight where we have the NASA payload and we have the cabin installed and two pilots. This will happen in a couple of weeks, all right? Then we have a second test flight, which will be almost a full rehearsal because it will be with 4 to 5 passengers as, pro forma guests to get the guest experience and to have all the, really close to operation test flight, 2 pilots and maybe some payload as well. And then the third one will be with Richard Branson. So here's what he said. He said that the next test flight will be in a couple of weeks and he will go in 2 to 3 months into space. So we have already a very interesting timeline. And if we are looking now into the calendar, okay? As of this recording, it's the 22nd of January. Let's have a look into the calendar together. I would say that we could see the next test flight in about, I would say, 2 weeks time. This would be enough time to, you know, finish all the engineering. They working already a little bit on it. They finished the data review. So I think it's just a matter of really 2, maximum 3 weeks to really go for it. So let's say 1 week, another week would be somewhere around the 5th of February, okay? So it could be also, you know, the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th of February. But I think in this area, we shall see the overall situation, the next test flight, right, with Virgin Galactic. Then, you know, count another month or 2 for the next test flight. So then we are at the 5th of March, at least, right? So you can see here that, you know, somewhere in this period, mid of March, I would say, we should see the next test flight. And then another month after that, I think we shall see about mid of April, the flight with Richard Branson. It gives us a really good idea how we can move forward from here. This is something that many people are asking, so stay tuned because we will cover it, even everything. I will cover it live. I will cover it, you know, by vlog. So make sure to stay tuned and stay subscribed. Yeah, call options are something interesting because they are an option to buy a stock at a certain price, but it's not the obligation to buy the stock at a certain price, which then gives you, you know, a great way to leverage your conviction on space. Now, I'm thinking we have now in the next couple of 2-3 weeks the new test flight announcement, which should be a bullish, especially when everything goes well, a very bullish indicator for space. And then I see, you know, the stock definitely, you know, 10% or more gaining, which would give us maybe a new all-time high above $35. And exactly this is the strike price that I'm looking at. I'm not too crazy going after, you know, very far out of the money call options. I think about like 35, maybe $38 per share, all right? Then what is also important for me is the duration of the option. Well, I'm thinking about the summer. I'm thinking about July, you know, maybe a little bit even more far away, because you never know, okay? Because with call options, you need to be so much right on so many things. So you choose the stock, you choose if you want to have a call option or a put option, which would be like a kind of short. Then you need to tell or be right when a stock goes, you know, up or down, or in which time frame, and then also how much. So there's 4 things that you need to go right to make money on a stock option, right? So make sure to put, in my personal opinion, you know, and this is things that I'm teaching in my X10Masterclass.com, you know, put maximum like 10% of your overall position of space into call options. Don't go too crazy, you know, just make sure that, you know, 10% is always something that you can, you know, get back once you lose it all. But if you're going like 50-50, this is too crazy, okay? This is just too crazy to go, you know, all in options or whatsoever. So I'm thinking to buy exactly this call options that I just explained. What I will really buy will be obviously discussed in my Discord chat with all the members and participations and or students of my X10Masterclass.com. So with that said, well, are you ready to go with me to the moon? Because I'm pretty much am.